So I've started seeing these pop up around the Gastonia and Charlotte market here, and this is Milam and Greene. Let's do a review. Stick around and pour up. It's the Bourbon Nut. Hey, welcome back. My name is Brock, and thanks for joining me in this episode where today we're going to talk about Milam and Greene. In particular, this is the single barrel offering we're going to do a review on. But some stats on this real quick. This is a single barrel offering coming in at 94 proof. This is non-chill filtered, cask number 562. And this is again distilled at Milam and Greene in their Bardstown location, and then aged and bottled by their Milam and Greene location in Blanco, Texas. So here's the bottle real quick up close if you want to kind of see that. This is headed up by two people. This is Marcia Milam and Heather Greene for the Milam and Greene distillery, and doing some great things down there here. And a lot of the whiskey tubers have done some reviews around this. So when I saw this kind of in the South Carolina area, on my way home from work, they had a lineup there with some different offerings from Milam and Greene. But again, started to see these pop up, so I decided to grab the single offering and figure we'd do a review on it. So without further ado, I've kind of got this poured up in a Glencairn here. It's been sitting here for about 15, 20 minutes or so. Oh, by the way, the MSRP on this is about $58, I believe. So just say, call it 60. $60 for a 94 proof, non-age stated single barrel offering. It has won some awards, it looks like, back in 2021. So they've got something going for it there. But yeah, let's go ahead and give this a nosing and see what we think on the nose. This kind of comes across it's got some vibrancy. It's kind of bright. Not in a bad way necessarily, but it smells bright, like a bright cherry, like those bright red cherries. A little bit of honey with this as well too. It's quite pleasant, sweet. I don't know if that's I know it's distilled in Kentucky, but I think the heat there's got that little bit of the subtleness of that Texas whiskey note in there too. I guess you call it Texas funk kind of thing a little bit. But outside that, I mean, it smells pretty good. Pleasant on the nose, light, vibrant. It's got a little crispness to it, I guess you could say, crispiness. So yeah, let's get this on the palate. Cheers. It's got a little bit of a richness to it. Pretty good viscosity. On the front, there's some more like some light fruit notes on the front end of that coming through. That cherries there, it kind of hangs through the middle of the palate there. Then it kind of goes towards like a spice. I don't know, I think it's probably like, I want to say like maybe a little bit of a youthful spice perhaps. Not off-putting by any means, but it does linger around a little bit too. So, so the finish is pretty decent on that. I would say 94 proof. Yeah, 94 proof single barrel. It's pretty tasty. I mean, it tastes pretty good. It's pretty solid. Now, is this something, would I buy this? Would I try before I buy, or would I pass? I think for me, for around that $60 mark, I mean, there's a lot of good bourbon out there at $60, and you know what would make this stand out so much? I don't know. I probably would. My instinct would be just try it before you buy it. I think Milam and Greene. There's some offerings out there based out of Texas, but they also again have distilling in Kentucky. So they go back and forth probably on distilling some in one, age it in Kentucky, and then they flip it and distill it in Kentucky and age it in Texas for the heat to accelerate the age on it to make it come across a lot more older. If it was like a 2-year bourbon or a 3-year bourbon. So, who's to say? But I would say try this before you buy it. So go to a bar, they have a Milam and Greene offered. I'd say it's definitely worth paying whatever price it would to have a pour of that to see what you think. I do have some other bottles that I want to kind of taste against it. So what I have is An Elijah Craig 8-year, 94 proof single barrel also, coming from Heaven Hill, right? So I want to try that real quick. I have a mini Glencairn that I'll pour this into. I also want to do good old Elmer T. Lee, right? This is a single barrel. It's a sour mash single barrel, 90 proof. So this is 4 proof points under the 94 proofer here, but again, 90 proof, close enough. Single barrel sour mash. And then lastly, real quick, is a single barrel from 1792 coming in at 96.2 proof. I want to give those a shot. So we got some in here still in the Glencairn of the Milam and Greene single barrel. Let's go ahead and pour this Elijah Craig in the mini. 8-year again, coming in at 94 proof. Let's get this on the nose real quick as well. This smells like a grilled peach. A little bit of barrel char on that. Yeah, there's that Texas funk on this a little bit. I don't know if it sticks out more going to something else and going back. But this is just like up front fruit, barrel char. And this has got a little bit of that bright cherries there, of course. Maybe hitting vanilla now, coming back and forth. A little bit of vanilla, some of that honey. So on the nose, pretty similar. So let's get the Elijah Craig 8-year single barrel on the mouth. That has, there's more spice coming in on this one on the back end too. Finish is pretty good too. It coats the mouth pretty good as well. Barrel char. There's more like leather coming on the back end of that as well too. Pretty good. This feels a little more complete for me for being the same proof, single barrel. And this is 8 years age stated versus non-age stated. So we don't know what the age on this one is, but yeah, compared to the Elijah Craig, it seems a little watered down a little bit. I don't know if that's just the barrel influence or the spice on that one is just overtaking this one a little bit, related to the age statement perhaps. But still good, pretty similar too. But I think I probably would edge out the Elijah Craig single barrel 8-year 94 proof over the Milam and Greene single barrel. So not bad. Let's go to good old Elmer T. Lee. This is the 90 proof sour mash single barrel. Still have a little bit in the other one here from the Milam and Greene. Vanilla's coming through more on this one. This is like a raspberry tart. Very fruit sweet. This is almost like a fruit cocktail on the nose. A very light, subtle fruit cocktail. I dig the nose on that. This has got like I'm getting a smell like a hint of almost like maple syrup now in this, which I dig that. But still got that little bit of that Texas funk mixed in there with the bright cherry, and a little bit of that honey in there. So the nose is kind of nice, and this is changing a little bit for me. All right, let's get this on the palate. Elmer T. Lee. It's just a nice, easy sipper. Raspberry, vanilla, a little bit of barrel spice, not much, very light. Just an easy sipper. It's going back to the Milam and Greene single barrel. I'll be honest, I think nose I'd probably give to Elmer T. Lee, just that sweet fruit cocktail. But I think I'd give the overall experience, and I feel like compared to Elmer T. Lee, this might have a little bit more going on. And maybe it's the 94 proof versus the 90 proof, but it feels like this has got a little bit more going on. So I think I'm going to edge. I might get scorned for this maybe, but I think I might edge out the Milam and Greene single barrel over the Elmer T. Lee 90 proof single barrel. So that's just, again, that's my opinion on that, but let's move on to the last one here comparison-wise. So far we got Elijah Craig, kind of beats out for me the Milam Greene. Milam Greene against Elmer T. Lee. I think overall experience and just what you get, I think is a little more leaning towards Milam Greene than Elmer T. Lee at 90 proof. And now we're going to go with 1792 Bardstown. Okay, now I did. All right. And the mini. All right. And again, this is a single barrel coming in at 96.2, I believe. Sorry. Shit, 98.6. So quite a bit higher proof point. I thought it was 96 for some reason. All right. This comes across more brown sugar, caramel. Really all the things I like a lot. So I'm just going to say on the nose, I like this one better right out of the gate. Yeah, and I do. Yeah, that vanilla, caramel, brown sugar, sweetness just hits it right. So on the palate, transfers to the palate. There's a little bit of sweetness on the back end of that. Decent finish. I think the finish might be kind of comparable. It might be kind of close to the same as far as how they finish, but let's get the Milam Greene. Yeah, I think I'm going to edge out the 1792 as well, single barrel. Again, 8 proof points higher. The profile there, I think, with the brown sugar, the caramel, vanilla, just tends to resonate with my palate a little bit more than the Texas funk, the bright cherries and honey, and that on the nose, a little bit of that maple syrup. I do dig on that a lot. I think overall they got some good products, and I look forward to trying some of the other products to see how they stack up against the single barrel that I've got this time around. So let me know in the comments below, have you tried some of the Milam and Greene products? Is there anything in particular that you like out of the expressions more than others? And then smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, sip your passion.